What's up, guys? My name's Cam. You're watching Sarai Garage. This is a 2020 BMW 330i X-Drive. It's a loaner car. Our X5's in the shop. And today we're going to talk about the top 5 things I hate about this 330i. Let's get into it. Alright guys, before we continue on with the rest of the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Carved Phone Cases. That's carved.com. If you want to check them out, there's going to be a link in the description box below that helps me out if you even go and visit them. Basically, I don't know how familiar you guys are with wood and resin type products. They've pretty much blown up all over social media, especially with like furniture and tables and stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen it if you've been on Facebook recently. There's a lot of companies blowing up that make like really cool tables that are wood and resin, kind of like this phone case, right? I'll show a little picture if I can of the tables, but the problem is it's a really cool design. I love it, but the table is usually a sticker for like $10,000. So it's kind of expensive, but if you like that type of design and you want something a little bit more affordable, go ahead and check out carved.com. They offer phone cases with a similar type of design. They use real burl wood and resin to make a one-of-a-kind phone case. And on the inside, these are not cheap, junky cases. These are $50, super high-quality rubber cases. Look at the rubber guards all around to protect your phone. And on the inside, it's micro suede to make sure your phone stays nice and scratch-free on the back. And it even says 101 on the inside with carved. They're beautiful phone cases. They're handmade, and it's a local small business here in the Northeast. I love their product, and I really recommend you guys check them out and buy yourself a phone case. They make phone cases for iPhones, Samsungs, everything you can think of. They also make wallets, bracelets, and wireless phone chargers made out of the same design with burl wood and resin. So if you're interested in any of those things, go ahead, give them a try, check them out. Once again, the link will be below in the description box. Thank you. Alright guys, so the first thing I dislike about this BMW 330i is in the interior, and mainly it has to do with all the leather parts, okay? Specifically these seats. Now, this is not a problem that's unique to this 330i. It's a problem that, in my opinion, plagues the entire BMW brand. This has been a problem that I've noticed in BMWs in the past decade of our ownership. Our family's owned 745 Li's, a 2005 X5, a 2011 X5, and I've been in a bunch of different loaner cars from BMW as those cars have been in and out of service over the years. And no matter what BMW I've gotten into, X2s, X3s, all the modern ones, same deal, same thing, same issue. These seats, as cool and awesome as they are, George, can they see all this? Can they see the seat in its entirety? It's all fully extendable thigh support, you know, the headrest goes up, down, forward and backwards, side bolsters, all this crazy stuff. I love all that about the seat, right? It makes it a lot more comfortable. I talked about that in my 5 things I love about this car. But as beautiful as these seats are, as beautiful as this leather is, as beautiful as the design is, whatever they put behind the leather is junk. It's very cheap junk. The foam, I don't even think it's foam, guys. It's so stiff. I hate it. If you've only been in BMWs, maybe you love it, but if you've been in any Lexuses, Mercedes, Audis, Range Rovers, Cadillacs, you'd feel the difference. You'd understand that BMW, for one reason or another, is way stiffer and way harsher than all the other brands in terms of seat comfort. Now, I can understand suspension and body tuning and all that stuff being rough, but what's the point of the seats being rock hard? In a 3 Series? It doesn't make sense to me. And on that same note, this right here, rock hard. Feels like a bunch of rocks, concrete, okay? No padding whatsoever. Don't let other reviewers deceive you saying it's soft touch. I understand when something's soft touch. This is, yeah, you can press your finger in it and it's kind of like rubbery, right? But other than that, this is rock hard. I hate this, guys. This is unacceptable for a $50,000 car, which, by the way, this is what this car sticker's for. Here, the window sticker's actually in here. Car stickers for $49,325 before taxes, documentation fees, all that stuff. So out the door, you're probably looking at around mid-50s, and that's unacceptable. I will say though, this is great. This center armrest is really squishy. It is really nicely padded, and they put really dense foam in here, so it's not going to wear out anytime soon. So the saving grace is this middle armrest, but these seats, way too rough, especially combined with BMW's already sporty nature. After around 2 hours, my butt goes sore, and that suspension, and usually these things are paired up with run flat tires as well, it just kills me on long road trips, and this is just completely unacceptable as well. So that is definitely my biggest gripe about this car, besides the mechanical issues BMW has going on. As far as, you know, aside from that, this is my biggest issue with the 330i and all BMWs in general. Maybe you love it, but me personally, my opinion, it's not for me. I'm more of a Lexus and Mercedes guy. I need something way softer. All right, guys, second thing I hate about this car, I have to do it, I gotta go to it, the key fob. There's something I hate about this key fob. As awesome as this key fob is, this one thing does not make sense to me. Now, this car has the optional power trunk, okay? I forget how much it costs, it's in the sticker over there, but it does have the power trunk. So when you double tap this, oh, let's see here, unlock it and hold it. Okay, it automatically opens up. That's awesome. That's what, in my opinion, makes a luxury car a luxury car. Stupid features like this is what makes the luxury car a luxury car. Nobody needs a luxury car, and nobody needs their trunk to be powered, but if you're gonna spend all this money, you should have stuff like this. Now, as great as it is, it powers open and all that, I don't understand why, if I hold the button back down, why doesn't the trunk close? You can only open the trunk from the remote, and you can't close it. This is the same story on our 2011 X5. And again, it's 2020 now, and BMW still has the same problem. I don't understand. If it's electrically powered, why can't the gears just go in reverse? I don't get it. They actually can go in reverse now that I think about it. Look, there's actually a power close button right here. So it can go in reverse. I just don't understand why they can't program these key fobs to do that for you. I think that's a big slip up on BMW's part. Again, it's not a big deal, it's not a big issue, but it is something that bothered me with this BMW and a lot of the other luxury cars that I cruise around in. So my next biggest complaint about this car is the lack of options. Although this car, you know, you can buy out your heart's desires and options, one thing you can't do, no matter how much money you have, is get cooled seats for this BMW 330i. Joe, come over here, look. There's no space whatsoever for cooled seats buttons. There are heated seats in this model, and of course, you know, critics could say that they could fit additional lights at the bottom for cooled seats, but I was looking at BMW's website online, and it appears, other critics have pointed this out as well, the BMW 330i, no matter how much money you dump into it, you can't get cold seats no matter how bad you want them. And I think that's a big letdown, especially for me. I'm going to dental school really soon in about 2 weeks here in Arizona. I was looking at the temperature last week. It was 120 degrees. You're telling me your luxury car that you're dishing out 50-60K for, you can't get cooled seats? What's the point? There are Kias that you can get cooled seats in. I don't understand. That's a big slip up on BMW's part. I have no idea what they're doing, but that's something that really needs to get addressed. All right, guys, so the next thing I dislike about this car, and again, I'm really reaching here. This is a beautiful car, a fantastic car, but of course, for this video, I do need to find 5 flaws with it, and this, in my opinion, is one of them. At least for me, this is a flaw. This, as beautiful as it is, this display, it's not very customizable. Mercedes and AMG especially let you customize these dashes like crazy. With BMW here, I've been playing around with it for 10-15 minutes, and all I can do here is look. It appears that the left side stays a speedometer, your gas stays there, your temperature stays over there, but and you do have an electronic readout for the speedometer there. The center stays a map, and if you hit this little BC button here, it's always BC in all the BMWs to go through your display settings. If you hit through it, you can go through your current gear position, to your live fuel economy, which is always useless, no idea who watches that. You can see trip information, and foot-pounds of torque and horsepower, which is also very useless in a 330. A G meter, probably the most useless thing in here. The music that's playing on the radio right now, and that's it. Back to your gear position. That's about all the customizability you have. You can customize it a little bit more, but it's not really, you can't, like, especially in our Cadillac Escalade Platinum, you can completely rearrange the way the gear or the cluster looks. You can have it as like a futuristic design, a classic design, all this kind of stuff. Mercedes and AMG do a similar thing, but in the BMW, this is not the case. It's very basic, and although I will say it looks very pretty, it's not very customizable, so I do have to give it a little knock right there. Alright guys, and so for my final complaint, it has to be this. You can probably tell, or maybe you can't tell from the camera, but this newer BMW, like a lot of the newer luxury cars, has LED ambient lighting throughout the cabin. It has it in the footwell, on the dashboard, the door panels, down in the rear footwells, all that stuff, right? But my biggest problem is this with BMW. The lights are so weak, okay? And the color choices are so poor. In this 3 Series, you can pick between bronze and white, orange and white, just flat out white. Let's see if that shows up on the camera any better. Blue and white, green and white, purple and white. In the Mercedes C300 that I was loaned out, not even 3-4 days ago, I think there was over 100 different color options. They literally gave you a little chroma wheel, and you were able to pick just the exact shade and tint of color you wanted, and it was so nice. It was everywhere. But it wasn't too bright either. This BMW thing, it's pretty cheap. It's just like singular lines. It's not bright. You can make it brighter, but it just kind of like stings you in the eye. Basically, they didn't put it enough, and they didn't place it well in the car for it to shine out correctly. Overall, it just looks like pretty cheap. I feel like when I'm looking at these cars, I feel like I'm sitting in some kid's Subaru with a bunch of Amazon LED strips, 3M taped to the dash. That's what it feels like to me. So definitely, these LED lights are one of my least favorite features about this car, and something that I hate. While I'm talking, I'm probably showing you pictures of what they look like at night, because the video is probably not doing any justice, is it, George? They seeing it good at all? Decent?
Not really.
Decent? Yeah, so the video can't even pick it up well. That's how garbage these lights are. And I'll put some photos from Google of the Mercedes to compare. But like I said, definitely not on par with its competition, and definitely one of my top 5 dislikes about this car. Alright, well guys, that brings an end to our 5 things I hate or dislike about this BMW. Please don't destroy me in the comments. I know people get really triggered when their car is subject to one of these videos. Of course, this is always just for entertainment. This is not my car. This is a loaner car. I understand it's not the fully loaded model, whatever. The complaints still stand to all the trims. Okay, I tried making complaints that stuck to all the trims. Like I said, this was all just for fun and entertainment. This is a fantastic car. It's a beautiful car, and it's a heck of a steal, especially if you're buying it around 3 years old. I was looking at Auto Trader. They go for about 17 to 25 grand with about 30,000 miles or less. It's a heck of a steal. Probably wouldn't buy it brand new. That's kind of too pricey for me, but as always, I think it's a beautiful car. This is just for entertainment. Don't take it personally. I hope you guys found this video entertaining. I hope you guys liked it. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video.